How exciting was it for you to be able to drive that car around this track, pretty much no holds barred?
Yeah, for sure. We had 3 fantastic days of filming out here. Not only the couple of corners that we use here for the drifting course, but the entire course. That was my first opportunity to meet the Hyundai folks, agency and marketing people from corporate. And from there, we kind of took that momentum and turned it into a motorsport track. But it was quite funny. I was texting back to the shop, telling the guys, hey, I just did turn 1, turn 2, and the keyhole, everything in a production car. I think this will make a pretty good drift car.
That's worked out pretty well for you. This car has turned out to be kind of an animal with putting out a lot of horsepower and a lot of torque out of that car. How hard is it for you to develop all these chassis that you've worked with in the past that really didn't have a playbook on how to build a competitive drift car out of?
Yeah, you did right there. It's not by choice. It's just kind of what we pursued, I guess you could say. So I guess it makes it a little bit by choice. But we've been, in the GTO, the Solstice, and now the Genesis Coupe. And every one of those platforms, we had to design and develop nearly every part. And in some cases, with the Hyundai program, the entire engine program. We put the car on the podium twice last year, with a first and a second at the end of the year, and the car feels fantastic here this weekend.
And I think in talking with some other people in kind of the drifting media circles, a lot of people had kind of slated you as being someone that might be a contender for the championship this year. How are you approaching this year, and is the championship something you're looking to get back in the Rhys Millen racing stable?
Yeah, anytime you sign up for a full championship, you focus on points. You have to do your due diligence before you come to the events. Obviously, we have a lot of track data here, although with the new changes, represented some new challenges for both drivers and teams. But I'm all for that. I love this course. It's one of the longer courses on the circuit. The more corners, the better for me. And, it's very exciting. And, where we stand right now, we had a few issues leading into round 1. That caused us not to score the points that I was, looking to for the first round. But, this is drifting, and look at the mix-up that you've seen here already for the top 32. So, we're excited for the remainder of the evening and for the Atlanta fans.
And you've got a very busy schedule this year, because not only on top of Formula D, you're doing Global Rallycross, you've got the whole rally car program that you've been putting together. How hard is it for you to balance working on the drift car, working on the rallycross cars? Give us a rundown into the schedule of Rhys Millen.
Wow, just going back the last 3 weeks, filming TV commercials. I was doing a Hyundai commercial in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Drove down to Alabama to Barber Motorsport Park and shot down there for a few days. Caught a red-eye flight back to LA, hopped straight on a plane and went to the Philippines for a week. Did a Red Bull release party over there for the Red Bull 165th country to launch their product. Flew back straight into the country and hopped into the Genesis Coupe for a test with the new engine package. Everything left out here, went straight on to Rallycross. Now we're here this weekend. Mother's Day Sunday is about my only day off. I have my wife and baby girl in town here this weekend. And then we're straight into 6 days of filming for a Nissan commercial, Grand Central Station in downtown New York, and another red eye that night straight into Charlotte to do Rallycross.
I'm almost tired just listening to that. But one thing that you've kind of kept consistent with all of your cars is your Enkei wheels that you have on all of them. So tell us about that partnership that you guys have formed with them.
Yeah, for sure. Enkei's relationship with myself personally and the company extends back even further than drifting, back into 99, 2000 with the rally days. And they're a fantastic sponsor and supporter of the program, make an incredibly lightweight wheel and also a strong wheel, which, as you're seeing here on course, there is a lot of wheel dropping that is required to extend up through this course. We're on those rumble strips every run, and we don't even bother to look at the wheels because we know they're so strong.
Now, coming up, you have a tandem round with Ryan Cato, but looking on to top 16, are there any changes you guys will make to the car in between rounds, or is this one of those things where you kind of get the car set up in practice, and then as the night goes on, you just change the wheels and tires?
You're always constantly chasing not only your tandem partner, but also the course. Track is getting cooler now. We experienced that in this very first run, how much more grip came onto the course. Plus, throughout the course of the weekend, you have multiple cars running more and more, laying down more and more rubber. So adjustments need to be made. And the first 2 rounds are probably the scariest because you're running people that you typically don't match. And so, yeah, this is going to be an eye-opener for this next one. If we push through here, I'm going to be excited to get the car on the podium.
And historically, you've actually hit the podium here pretty frequently in Atlanta compared to some of the other courses. Is there something about this course that you like that maybe caters to your car or your style of driving, or is just it one of those things that's kind of the way the cards fall and you've done well in Atlanta?
Sometimes you're on fire and you put nothing, not a wheel wrong, and the car is fantastic and you have an incredible evening and land on the podium. Other sides of it is the stack up of the qualifying order for your tandem brackets. You might have a very tight battle bracket, you might have a very loose battle bracket, and that can change the outcome as well onto the final decision for the evening. Every one run that we do, we treat with 100% focus. And, as you mentioned, we've won here before, but we've also failed miserably here before as well. So anything can happen in this sport.
Hopefully it's more the former for tonight. Rhys, what's the best way to keep up with you and keep track of your many happenings with the commercials, the rallycross, and, of course, your drifting program?
Sure. You can visit rhysmillen.com, rmrproducts.com. We have a full line of parts and products that we produce for various cars, to supporting local drifters, road racing guys, everything for across the country and internationally.
Now, one question. I know you've made several trips here to Atlanta. When you go to Waffle House, how do you order your omelet?
I leave that up to my wife. She's actually from the South, from North Carolina. And yeah, smothered, splattered, I don't know, this one of those things. But she's a big fan of Bojangles.
Bojangles chicken, huh? That's definitely a good choice and something I might have to explore for tonight. Rhys, thank you very much for coming out, and we wish you luck for the rest of the evening. We'll be back here after a couple of commercials.